Hey guys, this is Britt coming at you on Thursday, May 12th, 2016, and this is my 11-week post-op update. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on February 24th, 2016, yes. I had my surgery in Chicago, Illinois at Northwestern Memorial Hospital under Dr. Jeffrey Fronza, and it was a very good place, and I'm very pleased with my procedure. So far, so good. So let me give me a stats. I should totally have this out, you guys. I'm falling behind. Okay. So, my highest weight ever recorded was 320 pounds. My weight the day of surgery was 296.6 pounds. My weight last week was 246.6 pounds, and this week it is 241.6. My body seems to like 0.6s apparently. That puts my BMI at 41.5. My height is 5'4". It gives me a week loss of 5 pounds and a total loss for my highest weight of 78.4 pounds, and from surgery day, 55 pounds even. So I'm doing very well as far as weight loss is concerned. I am anxiously kind of awaiting a stall that I am due for. I haven't had one yet, and I'm thinking, knock on wood, that it's going to happen. 230 is like my set point, and I'm at 241. So I'm almost in that range of the 230s where my body likes to sit. Every time I lose a mass amount of weight, my body likes to sit in the 230s. That tends to be where I stall out at. So I'm willing to bet that I'm going to be seeing a stall pretty soon, and I will be shocked if I don't get one. So knock on wood, I hope to God it doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be shocked if it did either. So I'm kind of like waiting on bated breath to see if I'm actually going to have a stall soon or not. We will see. I feel bad for anybody who has them. It sucks, especially the people who are doing everything right and they have no reason to really not have to have the stall, and I really feel for you guys, because I mean, although I haven't had a stall in the last 11 weeks since surgery, I've had stalls for sure on other diets and doing my other things, and it sucks to have the scale just sit there and not go anywhere, and it's a horrible feeling, like you're doing something wrong, or what's the fucking point if you work your ass off and the scale still won't budge? Like, then you feel like everything you do is futile. Like, what's the point then? I'm just gonna have butter chocolate because it doesn't matter anymore. And that's a horrible feeling, and I'm sure I will experience it very soon. Not looking forward to it, but I'm sure it'll happen. But my love and my sympathy goes out to anybody who has to go through that stuff. It sucks, it sucks, it sucks. That's a lot of the reasons stalls are why we have the surgery, because we stall out and then we start gaining again. So we're like, shit, we need a surgery to help us not stall so much. Shit. Like, I want to keep losing. I don't want to stop at like 250. So anyways, rant over about that. Okay, so let me go into the very basic stuff. I'm just going to skim over it really quick because I do talk about this in other videos. I eat 2.5 ounces in a sitting. I can't eat more than that. I tried for a long time to try and get more in, but I'm okay with 2.5 ounces. I'm pretty much like just dealing with it. Like, oh well, 2.5 is where I'm going to be. So I'm dealing with 2.5 ounces of food, and that's everything. Like, that's all I can get in one sitting. My water intake is spot on, 64 to 70 ounces. No problems there. Never has really been a problem for me, except like the very beginning. Let's see, I upped my carbs to 50 grams rather than 30, and mostly is because half of that is going to be fiber. I'm finally able to get 25 grams to 30 grams of fiber in a day, and because of that, it increases my total carbs to 50, although my net carbs actually went down from 30 to 25. So my net carbs right now is 25, but my total carbs is 50 to accommodate fiber. And now that I'm actually able to get that in, my pipes are flowing better, and I don't have to use the laxatives anymore. So yay, not on laxatives anymore unless I absolutely need it. But yay for no laxatives. I do recommend Senna for anybody who is clogged up, and I would recommend that you guys be careful with the fiber when you're only a few weeks out, because if you can't even get water in, fiber isn't something you should even be thinking about. You should be thinking about water and protein, not fiber. Fiber can come later. It is important, but the first couple of weeks you could barely get those things in, let alone adding fiber to the mix as well. You know, you just want to try and keep what you can do and get it in, and don't worry about the rest of the stuff. It'll all come with time anyways. But I'm very happy I'm able to get my fiber in. I'm still sitting at 700, 800 calories a day. That doesn't really change much. I don't get to 600s anymore, really. I'm pretty much 7 to 8, and that's where I'm falling. Sometimes I get a little above 8. That's okay. I only do it when I need to do it. And I've said before in other videos, and I'll say it again, I am not super strict about food. I obviously have a very strict fiber and carb limit, but if I want like a chocolate bar, I'll have it. I don't care. My daughter, we bought these like thin, crunchy Oreos. They're thin Oreos. And if I sometimes will have one. So like one at a time. I don't eat more than one a day. Now, one of them is 35 calories and I think 3.5 carbs. I think it's like 0.5 fiber or something like that. 3 carbs for a little tiny thin cookie, crunchy cookie. And that's good. I'm very happy with that. I think it's like 2 grams of sugar or something like that. Like, I don't need any more than just one little cookie. I'm not one of those people that need to keep eating and eating and eating. So one cookie is good for me. And plus I get the Halo Top ice cream, which is high protein, low calorie, low carb ice cream. And I only have like 3 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons, and I put it away. And that satisfies my sweet tooth as well. And it's low carb and it has high protein in it. So it's really good option for a sweet treat if I need one. So I'm not like super crazy about that kind of thing. I look at the rules as guidelines rather than rules. I don't think it's black and white. And I do think that since I am able to have those things, I think that it contributes to me not going completely crazy doing this diet. If I couldn't do any of that stuff, I would go crazy. So that's like my indulgent type thingies, like what I indulge in daily. It's not just like, ooh, this is a cheat days. Like I wouldn't even consider them cheat days. Cheat days is like when I have one thing that I'm not supposed to have, like one big thing I'm not supposed to have. But generally, I cheat every day. I have like a small little cookie, or I'll have some of my ice cream, or like I'll have a piece of chocolate or something, like in moderation, but I still indulge in that stuff. I don't see that stuff as off limits for me, but that's like a me thing. Like I've said in other videos, that's a personal choice. That's going to be very individual depending on your personality and, whether that's something you can physically do or not. And that's something you have to decide for yourself. And sometimes people need like counseling and therapy to figure that kind of stuff out. So, yeah, I'm okay so far. So far, so good, as far as that's concerned. So, working out, I bike and I walk. Lots and lots of walking, about 11 miles a day is where I'm at right now. Was it about 10, but now I'm at 11. I walk in the morning by myself at like a 16-minute mile, so super fast, with my daughter, of course, in a stroller. But I walk about 16-minute mile, and then with my husband in the evening, we walk really slowly, but we enjoy our walk, and we go about 4 miles, 3 to 4 miles in that range. So that's a good thing. And then I bike, which does hurt my tailbone like crazy, but I kind of just deal with it because otherwise I wouldn't bike. The pain's not going to go away. I dealt with it. Last year I biked all year last year, and I kind of just dealt with it. And I'm just going to have to deal with it this year. Oh, excuse me. So it's something I just have to deal with. And yes, if you guys are friends with me on MyFitnessPal, you will see a biking thing. And if you ever see me biking, my butt hurts. And it's not like my butt, it's my tailbone specifically that hurts. My butt's okay. My tailbone is like freaking killing me. But I just kind of deal with it. I'm thinking about maybe looking into thinner and smaller bike seats. Because I know our naturally we think if your butt hurts on a bike, you should get a big fat comfy seat. And that actually sometimes doesn't help. Sometimes you actually need to go the opposite way. You need to actually get a thin, small bike seat to put less pressure on your butt, whereas the big fat ones sometimes put more pressure on your butt than you need. So, yeah. My bike seat's not so bad. It came with the bike. It's not big and it's not small. It's a really nice bike seat, but maybe I'll need to look into smaller ones, something that won't put so much pressure on my tailbone. So that's just something I'm going to have to look for in as far as working out is concerned. So I'm pretty content with that. I don't weight lift or anything like that. I don't weight train. I don't do any calisthenics yet. I do plan on doing it in the future, like in the winter, when I actually don't mind sitting inside all day long. But in the summer, I love to go out and enjoy the sun. We don't get, up here in Wisconsin, Chicago, we kind of have really shitty weather for like 6 months of the year. So half the year is shot. Like, unless you like skiing and snowshoeing and things like that, which on some days it's like -30, -40. You don't want to go outside and snowshoe. But, and sometimes you have winters, you don't get snow. It's just shitty. It's just cold and shitty. And then you're just stuck in the house because you can't even ski or anything unless you go to like spend a fortune at a ski hill. So it's not an option for me in the winter. I don't like to go out and do things. So when summer happens, I like to take full advantage of it. And sitting inside a building and pumping iron and stuff like that, just not something I want to do in the winter. I love workout classes, but it's not something I'm willing to do in the summer. or I should say summer before too. I think I said winter. It's not something I'm willing to do in the summer. I want to go out and enjoy it. We have such limited good weather. And I guess if you live like when it's warmer, maybe it's just something you don't think about as often. But when we have summer, we go out. Like people go out in droves to take advantage of the sun and the weather. And so sitting inside of the building, I am not discounting at all. I love the gym when it's cold and shitty out because it's great. I love workout classes and things like that. I have a treadmill and stuff here, so I don't need to do that in the gym. But I love going to the gym, and I definitely see the advantage of weight training. I just don't see that necessary for me right now. Plus, I really want to enjoy the weather. My muscle mass isn't deteriorating, and I still at 25% muscle. I was at the beginning. I still am there. So my muscle's not going anywhere. And I'm losing a substantial amount of weight every week. So I don't see the need in adding that type of stuff yet. Once my weight kind of stalls or I can't figure out what else to do, maybe I'll start looking into that kind of thing. So as of now, just biking and walking, just to, get my heart rate up and get my fat burning and get things moving and I'm well watered and stuff like that. So I do plan on doing it eventually. I'm just not right now. The other thing I wanted to touch on was hair loss. As you can see, this is kind of what my hair looks like in general. I have really thin hair. Thank you, genetics. I don't even think it's my mom and dad. I think my mom and my grandma, they have thin hair. So I have really thin hair. This is it. Like, this is my hair. It's very, very thin and very fine. So I have thin, fine hair. And when my hair falls out, it's going to be super noticeable. I'm not really worried about it that much. Like other people get really super worried about their hair falling out. It doesn't bother me that much. In fact, before I had the surgery, I told my husband that I would shave my head if my hair starts to fall out. I would rather have a bald head than a patchy bald head. And that's what, for me, it will look like. It'll look patchy, it'll look bad, and my hair is already starting to come out. My brush is full, so I know it's going to happen to me in the next couple of months. I'm almost at 3-month mark, and it tends to happen between 3 and 6. So I know it's going to be a thing for me, and I'm just going to shave it. I have a very strict workplace when it comes to appearance. I'm a security guard, and you have to look a very specific way. Like, my hair can't be below my shoulders. It has to be up all the time. I cannot have more earrings. I have to have a natural hair color. I can't have any makeup on. My nails have to look natural. They cannot be any specific color. I can't have more than, I know they don't even really like earrings, but if you have earring in, you can't have more than one. You can't have more than one ring on each hand. There's a plethora of things that I have to abide by. So it's a very strict appearance policy. So I'm not entirely sure if shaving my head's going to be okay, but all it says for women is your hair has to be above your shoulders. Well, shaving my head is above my shoulders, right? I mean, it's a natural thing. Guys can shave their head. I think it would be sexist if they were to say that I couldn't shave my head, but some guy can. So, so we'll see how that goes. Because I'm totally doing it. I don't give a shit. I'm totally doing it. Are you gonna tell a cancer patient they can't do it? I mean, this is because of my health. Like, this is a health-related issue. So you can tell me I can't do it? We'll see. They may not like it. We'll see what happens. But it's something I really want to do. Like, once my hair starts coming out, I really want to just shave it off. So we'll see. You may see me in a couple of months with a bald head. Who knows? But I will say one thing, that if you are having hair loss, there really isn't anything you can do about it once it starts happening. I will mention that. Now, I did some research, and if you guys want me to do a video on it, I'll do a video on it. But the gist of it is that you have 2 phases of hair your hair goes through. One of them is growth, and one of them is a dormant stage where it just kind of sits there. The dormant stage lasts like up to 120 days, 90 to 120 days or something like that. And during the dormant stage is when we start losing our hair. It's very unlikely during the dormant stage that you will grow hair. So when you start to lose your hair during the dormant stage, you don't tend to grow hair at the same time. So if you're taking all these vitamins, like you notice your hair starting to fall out, and you're taking all these vitamins, you're not going to start growing hair all of a sudden. At least not a lot. Like, you can grow some hair, it's just not going to happen a lot. The only thing you can try to do is try and reduce the loss, but it's going to be difficult. Like, once you start losing, you're losing. But you're only losing about 15% of your hair, so just keep that in mind. If you don't have a lot of hair like me, it's going to be very noticeable. But So there really isn't, once you start losing it, you're losing it. You can't, there's not much really going to be able to do to stop it. It's just going to happen. So just deal with it, realize it's going to be a thing, accept it. And the better you accept it, the better you'll feel, because it's going to happen. So I don't think it happens to everybody. Some people don't have it this bad. So, you know, you may be lucky and not have it happen to you. But if it does happen, just be prepared for it just in case, because it's better to be prepared and not have it happen to you rather than be like, oh my God, my hair is falling out. So anyways, guys, I will leave it at that. I really don't have much else to say. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm watching all of your guys' videos and I'm catching up as much as I can. And thank you to all my new subscribers. The 250 subscriber question thingy will be done on Saturday. So submit your questions on that video. It better be weight loss related. If it is not, I should say more specifically, because that sounds obnoxious. I have gotten some questions from like teeny boppers who ask me about makeup and stuff, and they add themselves to my channel even though they have nothing to do with weight loss surgery or the weight loss surgery community, and they were blocked and their questions were removed, and I don't know. Like, I'm not desperate for subscribers. This wasn't to gain subscribers. It was to kind of give a treat to those who have subscribed to me, and it's fun, and a lot of people do it, so that's why I did it. But if you think that you can like just add yourself to me and not have anything to do with weight loss community, or ask me questions that have nothing to do with weight loss, and you're not interested at all, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen, guys. 12-year-old that has nothing to do with weight loss surgery is not going to get a $40 gift certificate, okay? So that's all I have to say about it. I don't want to be a bitch. I love all your guys' videos, and keep making them, keep updating us, and I will talk to you guys soon. Ta-ta!